Welcome back to another Sunday prep day. If you're new here, every Sunday I do my weekly prep. That includes cutting all my vegetables and also some other things that take some time. Like today I'm going to make a roasted salsa, things like that. So I'm just going to start by cutting a whole head of garlic. I'm just cutting it in half. And I'll put that in some foil. That is for the salsa. I'll get everything ready for that actually. So I'm gonna put some oil in my Ninja Foodi. Put this head of garlic in. And then here I have a whole bunch of cherry tomatoes. I'll throw those in. Some shallots that I've already peeled. There we go. Then I have these sweet peppers, pointy variety, so I'll just throw those in. And then I have a whole bunch of chilies. Just do all of these. Get those in. A little more oil on top. And some salt. And I'll just grill these while I work on the rest. Grill, highest setting. I know from experience it usually takes like 20 to 30 minutes depending on if you do it in a Foodi or the oven or how hot your oven gets, all that stuff. For my Foodi it does take about 30 minutes at 240 Celsius. I don't know how much that is in Fahrenheit. So I'll just let that go. So yeah, in the meantime we can just work on the rest. So just I'm gonna clean out these peppers. So my menu for this week, for lunch today, as always, some sandwiches, because on the weekend I have my cheat days, and I actually have some bagels with some chicken breast. And if I remember to, I will be actually filming a what I eat in a day video starting today as well. So I'll do that for like the whole week. So, but yeah, as I always say in my videos, I am diabetic. I had to cut some carbs, and the easiest way I found to do that was to cut them out of lunch completely and just have regular dinners, basically cutting my carbs in half. But on the weekend, I do like sandwiches, so I have my cheat day and I have sandwiches for lunch. But during the week, all my lunches are low-carb, keto-friendly. And then tonight, I'm gonna do a shawarma bowl. So I'm gonna do some shawarma with like a couscous salad and just make that look pretty in a bowl, basically. And I'm gonna keep half a yellow and half a red separately to do some stuffed peppers later in the week. And then the rest I'll cut either into strips or into smaller pieces. So yeah, shawarma bowl tonight. Then tomorrow for Meatless Monday, what am I gonna do? A salad for lunch. That's one of the reasons I need some strips for my salads, because I like putting those on top. Then for dinner, I'm gonna do some vegan tacos. So I have some fake chicken, and that's one of the things I'll be using my roasted salsa with. Then on Tuesday, for lunch, I'm gonna make some cabbage rolls. I'm gonna make them low carb. So instead of rice, I'm gonna use some broccoli rice, or cauliflower rice, sorry. Yeah, never made them before, so hope that turns out well. Another container for this cut. Then for dinner, I'm gonna do some fajitas. So that's also why I need a lot of pepper. And some chilies in a moment as well, and some onions. Then on Wednesday, I am going to have some sausage with either some cauliflower or some green beans. I have both. So I'll decide which of the two I'll use. So that's a nice low carb option, just a veg and some sausage. Then for dinner, I'm gonna do a rice bowl with some chicken. So that's another thing I'll use the roasted salsa for. And let me just do one more pepper, one of the pointy ones. Can someone tell me what these are called? I think they're Anaheim? I don't know. We just call them punt paprika or pointy pepper here in Dutch, so that is very easy to remember. So again, I'll cut some of it smaller for things like the pasta and all that stuff, and for the fajitas I'll keep it a little bit longer. So yeah, on Thursday I'll probably have the stuffed peppers with some ground beef and some veg. And then for dinner I'll do some pasta with some bacon. And then Friday for lunch I'm gonna do some cod. So either with green beans or with the cauliflower, depending on which of the two I'm going to use for Thursday or Wednesday. And then for dinner, I'm going to do a quinoa bowl with some salmon, either skewers or I'm going to make them into little salmon balls. Haven't completely figured that out yet. Just make it happen. I have all the ingredients, and I'll have some, probably some broccoli, but I have to see what kind of veg I have left over come Friday, so I'm not prepping that just yet. So, yeah, I think that's my whole menu. So, I'm just cutting up some peppers for the fajitas and the pasta and stuff. Let's just go through that real quick. We'll see if I can beat the Ninja Foodi if I'm done with chopping before that gets done roasting. Okay, next up, we'll do some cucumber. So I'm gonna do some slices for my salad. I'll actually do 2 of these small Persian cucumbers, because I like a lot of cucumber in my salad. There we go. And then for the couscous salad with my shawarma tonight, I'm just going to cut one into little cubes. So first I'll cut it lengthwise. And again. And then cut across. nice and fine. Now also, normally with like a couscous salad, you'll use some tomato. I don't like raw tomato that much, so I usually do mine with peppers. So that's also why I did a bunch of those small cubes. What next? Let's just do some onions. So for the fajitas, for the pasta, for the stuffed peppers. So let's just cut them nice and fine little strips. That's probably fine enough for what I need it for. And I just have a yellow onion here, and I'll also do a red one. Mostly for color. Actually, that red one was bad, so I'm just going to do another yellow one. Let me just peel that real quick. Do you have a preference for onions? I prefer red, though yellow ones are equally fine. Whites or something like Vidalia or something are a lot harder to find here in the Netherlands, but I hear they're pretty good as well. So let's just chop this up. 2 onions done. And then here I have a leek that I'm going to cut up for things like the pasta. And I have some spring onions for the cabbage rolls. Just get the ends off. And, this last one is a little floppy. There we go. So I'm just going to cut these nice and fine. Green and white, I'm going to use both. There we go. And I'll just make some space with the leeks and just put them in one container. Okay, next in the onion family, some garlic. Yeah, I'm gonna use that in the pasta, in the fajitas, in the cabbage rolls, in everything. So I just have a whole head of garlic, bulb, whatever you call it. I peeled them, and I'm now quickly gonna chop them. There we go. What next? Here I have some cilantro or coriander, and that's going to go in the roasted salsa. It's going to go in the food processor, so I don't need to have it too fine, but it will just go a lot quicker if I give it a rough chop. Normally I would save the stems, but there's so few on these, like they're really short, so I'm not gonna bother. But you can make like really good curry paste and stuff with that. we go. And then here, some parsley. I'm gonna use about this much, I'd say. And that's gonna go in the couscous salad. So I'm just gonna roll it up nice and tight. And cut it down. And then I'll run my knife through a bunch of times to get it really nice and fine. And then we have a cauliflower. So I'm just going to cut some florets off. I want to leave some of the leaves on because I'm not going to use the whole head. And they'll last a lot longer in the fridge if you leave the leaves and the stem on. So this one I'll just set aside because I'll grate that on I think Tuesday when I have my my rice. But I don't want to cut it now because if you cut it really fine, it tends to not keep as long. And these I'll just cut a bit finer for my portion of broccoli with my sausages. Let's do a little bit more. Yeah, that looks like it's plenty. Then I have one more thing to do. I have a lime here. That will be for the salsa. So I'll just squeeze that real quick. So yeah, that's all the veg prep done. So now I'm just waiting for the Ninja Foodi. That still has 11, almost 12 minutes left. So just gonna let that run, and then I'll let that cool down a bit because I have to peel the chilies and the peppers. So it needs to be cooled enough for me to handle that. So I'm just gonna cut it now, clean up a bit, and then I'll come back with you when that is cooled down and I can make the salsa. So see you in a bit. All right, everything is cooled enough now to handle. So in with the lime juice, and let's go make this salsa. So as you can see, it's nice and blackened. So that makes it really easy to get the skin off. Scoop the seeds out, I don't want those in there. And you can just very easily just take off the skin. It almost comes off by itself. And just make sure all those juices go in as well. And I'll do this with all the peppers and chilies. Okay, that's the last of the peppers. And I'll just take this garlic, which should be really soft now and quite mellow. And the reason we put that in some foil is so it doesn't burn. Yeah, because we cut it in half, we can just easily just squeeze it all out. And we'll do the same for the other half. And then we have our onions and our tomatoes, which we'll just scoop right in. And any liquid from the bottom, make sure you get that in as well. That's full of flavor. And then we have our cilantro. Some cumin. And some salt. And we're just quickly gonna put that on the blender. And there we go, our roasted salsa. I'm just gonna put that in a different container and that will keep in the fridge for at least a week. But yeah, that's it for the prep work this week. Now I can have dinner and lunch on the table in minutes. So if you like this, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. I do this every Sunday. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye for now.